Under federal law, workers can be classified as tipped workers if they receive just $30 a month in tips. And that distinction really matters. Because in most states, employers can legally pay tipped workers a much lower base wage, as these cartoon graphics will explain.
Here's how it works. The federal minimum wage is $7.25 per hour, but if you're a tipped worker, it's $2.13 per hour, also referred to as the subminimum wage.
Yeah, the federal sub-minimum wage, sometimes called the tipped minimum wage, is just $2.13 an hour. And it's been at that level since 1991. It may be the most depressing thing that we're still having to live with from that year, were it not the exact same year that the Supreme Court was joined by this fucking guy here. The motor coach offer is off the table, by the way. Big mistake. Huge. Now, for what it's worth, many states choose to set a wage higher than that, but only these 7 and a handful of cities have the same minimum wage for tipped and non-tipped workers alike, meaning everywhere else, the expectation is that some workers can be paid less because their tips will make up the difference. But the thing is, $2.13 sometimes isn't even enough to cover payroll taxes, as this worker explains.
In Indiana, you make $2.13 an hour.
$2.13 an hour?
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
You don't see a paycheck. Your paycheck literally says, this is not a check. It says $0, this is not a check.
Because it just goes to taxes?
Mm-hmm.
So basically you're starting at 0.
Right. You can literally be given a check that has "this is not a check" written on it. And come on, who is writing those paychecks? René Magritte? Ceci n'est pas une paycheck, Magritte. Hi, if you're seeing this, you have Explain the Joke to Me toggled on your HBO account. René Magritte was a Belgian surrealist painter whose most famous works include this painting of a pipe with the words "this is not a pipe" beneath it, because of course it isn't a pipe. It's a painting. That might seem banal now, but trust me, if you were sitting at a French art museum in 1929, shit like this blew your fucking dome. People were speaking in tongues, throwing up in response. It was a regular Rite of Spring scene. Hi, you hit the button again, huh? Rite of Spring is a work by Igor Stravinsky that was supposedly so avant-garde it caused riots at its first performance. Apparently, Camille Saint-Saëns stormed out of the premiere, although admittedly that claim is now in some dispute. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really do need to get back to the show. Take some fucking balls there, right?